Hello everyone, I'm Andy. Thank you for watching and welcome back to my garden. Now in today's video I'm going to talk to you a little bit about predator protection for your hens. If you're just starting out in the world of chicken keeping, it's one of those kind of top 3 priorities that you need to be looking at and considering how do you keep your hens safe from predators. Even if you're not new to chicken keeping, it's always worth kind of revisiting this section and just ensuring that your pen and your enclosure is safe and ready to go, and therefore your chickens will be kept nice and safe. All depends on your setup and what you've got, but if you've kind of got a relatively sized plot in your garden and you've got something like the omelette range of coops, then their runs come with basically a kind of dig plate underneath, which is great because most predators will dig sort of underneath the run. So let me bring you down here and I'll show you. This is omelette's range of runs. So if you look this side here, essentially it's this here. So this is your dig plate. So this part here just stops the predator sort of digging in, and with omelette runs it goes all the way around. So eventually if you leave it in the same spot, I mean the whole idea obviously is of, certainly with this with the wheels, is that you can move it around, but if you don't do that, you do leave it in the same spot, eventually over time mud, grass and all the rest of it will cover this, so when Mr. Fox comes along and starts digging, he's not going to be able to get in. Same with Mr. Rat and whatever. So this is quite a kind of good place to start really. But that said, it's still not quite good enough. If your chickens are going to be kind of cooped up in that for the kind of 24 hours a day, then maybe. But if you don't plan on keeping your chickens kind of confined into a relatively small space, and you want to have a bit more space, then one option to kind of consider and look at is the use of electric fencing. So I use electric fencing as my main protection for my chickens, and it kind of goes all the way around. You can't kind of see it because of the sunlight really, but it kind of goes all the way around the entire kind of enclosure area that they've got. Now the one thing I do like about electric fencing is quite a good kind of deterrent. Generally, if you've got a family member that turns up with dogs that aren't used to chickens, they'll only touch it once and they won't kind of go near it again, and it's kind of the same with foxes really. But there are a few negatives with electric fencing. So number one is you can get a lot of wastage with your netting. So we turn you around and show you this. So all this green section here is electrified, not now obviously, and then right at the bottom you've got that black bit there, and that black bit is non-conductive, so there's no electricity running through that. Now as it stands here, that's not entirely straight, so basically the electrified sections at the bottom are in contact with the ground, and if you've got that in kind of large amounts around your plot, essentially all that conductivity, all that energy is being wasted because it's being sucked straight into the ground. So there's a few things you can do to kind of combat that, and I think when we lost Frank Senior the other week, I'm pretty confident this is the reason why. So my strimmer decided to break, and in the interim between buying a new one, that was when we lost Frank Senior. So I think basically what happened is all the fencing around the enclosure, there was too much of it on touching the ground, and there was too much wastage. So when I went to kind of investigate, and I was touching certainly this back side of the fence here at the kind of rear of the plot, I wasn't getting much of a zap. So when I investigated further, it transpired obviously that there was a fair bit of wastage. So what you can do to combat that then is, option number one is, if you've got the patience and the time, which I definitely haven't got the patience, I might have the time but I haven't got the patience, is you can buy like damp course. You can buy it from Screwfix, B&Q, wherever, all the kind of major retailers. You can essentially kind of put a hole punch through it and then cable tie it round. For me, that's a no. I'm not doing that, not for 50 metres worth I haven't got the energy to do that. So the thing that I do is just get your garden trimmer, but essentially what you want to do is just, you can lift these up here. There you are. So you can lift these up enough to kind of get your strimmer. If you've got a petrol strimmer, you can control the revs on it just to trim it, and that way there's no energy then being wasted and being sucked back into the ground. So it is quite an easy fix, to be fair, but it is still a negative. Now the other potential negative with electric fencing is you've always got to make sure the bloody thing's on, and sometimes you forget to put it on, sometimes you might forget to turn it off, and if you come outside to collect your eggs in your pants and you hop over and you forgot to turn it off, you'll soon know about it. So you've kind of got to have that little bit of, I guess, you know, awareness. I'm forever forgetting whether it's on or off, but what I've done now, let me just show you, is, so this is two nettings joined together basically. So they're, as they should be, basically just touching each other. And I'll show you in a second how I've kind of got it all wired up and all the rest of it. But I've got this coming out now of the barn, which is just a crocodile clip, but that's got the main cable attached to it. And then all I do is I just clip it on there, or I clip it on there. You can hear that. So I know it's on. And then I'll just pop it in the earth rod down there, and it's away, you know, from the kids and stuff. That's one time I'm quite good at remembering when it's on, is if the kids are out playing. But let me just take you into the barn and I'll show you kind of what the main system kind of looks like. So this is basically the energizer. The energizer is plugged into the mains. This is where the power comes from. The cables from the energizer are then just wired outside, and they're long enough to reach where the chickens live. So it's quite an easy system. Obviously I'd recommend getting an electrician in to sort it all out, but once you've got it, it's great. And to be honest, I wouldn't have anything else. Just it keeps the hens safe. One thing to consider with electric fencing is the height of the fencing itself. So foxes will and can jump, especially if you've got some sort of elevation around the perimeter of where you're going to keep your poultry. If there's something like, you know, bricks, stones, large logs, something like that, they'll hop on that and they'll, you know, jump over and obviously get into your pen. Now, the foxes can essentially kind of will jump over something this high. I've known foxes to kind of jump 5-6 feet in the air. But generally they'll kind of come up and have a little sniff first, and if they touch that with a nose, then obviously they're going to get shot. So I like to think this does the job. Touch wood, I haven't seen any foxes in this enclosure. I haven't heard, you know, the chickens in distress or anything for, well, forever. So I think it's doing its job. So I definitely recommend looking into it if it's you know, if you've got the space and it's a potential option. If you live in a more urban area and you're looking at maybe half in your garden off, so the chickens have one bit, you have the next bit, and then you can kind of rotate them around your garden, then electric fencing, obviously you don't need to get 25 metres of it or whatever you need. I think this starts at 10 metres, so you've got 10, 25, 50. And I think you do 15 as well, but just get a length, test it out, and you can kind of put that in the middle of your lawn and keep the chickens, you know, in their area. You can kind of rotate them then, as long as they go into their coop at night, then you know, I'm sure they'll be fine. But just watch that. I have known someone that lived in a more sort of urban area, had his chickens out in a day, and a fox was there in the day, and it got hold of them. So yeah, it does happen, unfortunately. And there's only, you know, as long as we take, I guess, kind of common sense measures to protect them, then that's, you know, that's all we can do, isn't it? So, but in terms of this video, that's it really. It's just a quick kind of look around the electric fence and you know, what to sort of look out for. If you're building your own, you're building your own chicken run. From timber as well, you can put, you know, timber sleepers around the edge, timber planks, scratch boards, things like that. Again, that's quite a good way of ensuring nothing kind of, you know, gets in. If you were going to do that, I'd recommend putting some chicken wiring, dig that into the ground around it, about 2 or 3 foot kind of sticking out. Again, it acts as a sort of scratch pad, so nothing can dig down. Yeah, that's about it. Thanks for watching. See you again. Take care.